maybe we just totally... About it, whether you like him or not, Hart has become a major influence in professional wrestling. And his vicious and sometimes very physical battle with Jerry Lawler has led to some interesting situations. Jimmy Hart, another chapter was added when Jerry Lawler successfully got rid of another set of your particular wrestlers in there. So I want to find out your reaction to it.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, Lance. You know, at the first part of this week, I was so happy because in professional wrestling, like music, sometimes when you have things happen to you like a gold record or winning the Southern title or winning the World Championship matches, it means everything in the world to you. And this week, if they can get a close-up of this right here, there was an article that came out in this wrestling magazine, and it was the greatest thrill of the life for me to have my picture on it. It was like maybe in music having your picture on Rolling Stone, you know. But it doesn't mean much to me anymore for the simple fact that, well, y'all laugh. Go ahead. Hey, I don't blame you. Go ahead. That's okay. Hey. But the truth of the matter is this, is that I'm out here today to tell Jerry Lawler that I'm finished. You set out to do what you wanted to do. You wanted to get me out of professional wrestling. Well, that's exactly what you've done, because I admit I'm only 150 pounds and there's no way I can defeat you. Every week I go to the ring and I see these people, they love Lawler. They stand up for Lawler. They cheer him. My family, I come home, I put them through all kind of abuse at school, everything. And I realize that. And like I said, hey, that's okay. Hey, I understand. I understand. But the point I'm trying to say, I had Handsome Jimmy. He defeated Handsome Jimmy.
Uptown.
That's right. Last week he defeated the Angel and Gypsy Joe. Everybody I've tried to bring in, Lawler has defeated.
Wayne Ferris.
Wayne Ferris. Everybody. So I'm just out here to tell you, Lawler, like I said, I'm through, and I'm going to miss going to all the places. And the only thing I could say is you are a better man than Jimmy Hart. And I just want to tell the people that I'm sorry for a lot of things that I've done. And that's all I've got to say.
Okay, well, we appreciate the information. We had seen Jimmy Hart through a lot of trials and tribulations. We've seen him when he's been extremely jubilant, and you see him. It's very difficult for a wrestling manager who has nobody to manage to do much, and you heard it from Jimmy Hart. Let's take a look at the action that took place when Jerry Lawler put it on the line. He agreed to sign with Jimmy Hart, which would have changed the whole career for Hart, in the event that the Angel and Gypsy Joe had beaten him. Otherwise, if he beat one of them, then they both leave town. Let's take a look at that action as it took place. Stipulations, 1 fall, 60. Both men have the privilege of being in the ring. If Lawler is able to pin one of them, then the team has agreed to leave town. If they beat Lawler, then Lawler has agreed in writing that he will sign a managerial contract with Jimmy Hart. Gypsy Joe on the outside snaps Lawler's bad leg into the ring apron. Lawler picks Joe up, bounces him off the concrete. Nice leg dive by Lawler. Drops on the Angel, and here comes Gypsy Joe with a plank off the step. The referee gets in between. Lawler zings a right hand. Tries to take the board away from the referee and does. He nails Joe with the board again. And Gypsy Joe vanished to the floor by that blistering paddle. And referee Jerry Calhoun takes it away. One on each arm, a legal double team. Double backdrop. Lawler bounces off the canvas hard. And he gets gets out of the way. The Angel nails Gypsy Joe. Lawler grabs that glove. The Angel over. Lawler coming up off the rope. Nails him. 1, 2. And Gypsy Joe drops on him. Lawler's got both of them. 2, 3, got him. Boy, I'll tell you, that was some exciting moment.
That was pitiful out here earlier.
All right. Hey. I might have known. Come on, you're the winner.
That had to go down as the funniest thing that I've seen on this TV since your nose, Lance. Jimmy Hart, let me ask you a question. Do you actually think that you can come out here and stand in front of these cameras and all of these people and all of the people that are home watching and let a little tear run down your face and get some sympathy? Is that what you think, you little weasel? We are sick and tired, and everybody's had it up to here with you, Hart. Oh, you were a big shot when you had all these big, tough men to manage, but now that you don't have them anymore, now that they've all been run out of town, you're not so hot, are you, Hart? Well, let me tell you something. I don't feel sorry for you, and I don't think anybody out here feels sorry for you. We're sick of you, and we're glad to see you gone, baby. You want to cry on this a while, Lance?
No, I don't want to cry on any of it. Just making comment about the fact passing of it here, and Jimmy Hart comes out here, cries uncle, and the King just left. We got the King in action. We're going to be looking for him in just a moment. Okay, back to the ring, David. I think we're ready for the official introductions on our bout here on Championship Wrestling.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Total weight of 529 pounds on the left of your screen with their manager, Jimmy Kent. The Bounty Hunters from Tombstone Territory. On the right of your screen, 451 pounds total weight. From Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware. His partner from Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry the King Lawler. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, there's the introductions, and we're about ready for the action. We have one large team of the Bounty Hunters. They are always contenders, have been the Southern Tag Champs, and they still would like to have those belts. Be a big win today if they could put it over Jerry the King Lawler and Coco Ware.
That is David Novak starting for the Bounty Hunters. Jerry Lawler telling referee Jerry Calhoun, while you're at it, give Jimmy Kent a warning. Tell him to stay in that chair. Referee does so. The King backed onto the rope. Whoa, Bounty Hunter swings a right fist. But Lawler showed him he's going to get away with it. He answered with the same thing, a big right hand, and David Novak down on the floor. Up on the apron now.
Lawler stunned him over to Coco. Coco added one in there for good keeping, too.
Novak back in the ring. The Bounty Hunters, Jerry and David Novak. Right in the center of the ring. Little test. Foot. Lawler returns the favor and then pops him down with a right fist. Jerry warned about it by referee Jerry Calhoun. We're a minute and a half into the action. First match of the day. One fall, 15-minute time limit. One of those we've been looking forward to all week.
Boy, you betcha. And that expiration of time match that we've got coming up, too. Dundee and the Dream against the Turk and El Toro.
Bounty Hunters make an exchange. This is Jerry Novak. Jerry, the younger but bigger of the two Bounty Hunters. Both of them huge. I think Jerry weighs in at about 279. Uh-oh, Lawler trapped in between them, back on the rope. Somebody moves out of the way. Jerry Novak planted a foot in his brother David Novak in the midsection. Lawler puts him on the mat. Working him over with the right hand while the referee's back is turned. The King waits as the Bounty Hunters make an exchange. Lawler started, been in there all the way. 2.5 minutes gone. Now, Lawler with a side headlock, takes Novak over to the corner, makes the tag on Coco Ware. Coco goes with a headlock. Novak backs him into the rope. Off the way, but a shoulder butt by Coco. And what quick reversals there. Look at the speed. Novak and Coco Ware. Coco ends up with a headlock. Novak still
right on him, isn't he?
Yeah, Novak still squirming. Got him in the air. Coco hangs on. Takes the Bounty Hunter to the mat. Shoulders down briefly. Referee Jerry Calhoun about to start the count. There he does start it as Novak let both the shoulders drop to the mat. The Bounty Hunters make a tag. Here's Jerry Novak. Coco grabs a headlock as he comes in. Fired into the rope. But with a foot, he puts him on the mat. Down is 1, 2. Coco's shoulders roll down to the mat by the Bounty Hunter. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. Pulling the tight, so the referee did not allow the count. Coco goes into the rope. Nails David Novak out on the apron, then grabs a headlock and takes Jerry Novak down to the mat. That would brought Jimmy Kent out of his chair. Boy, he was screaming about something. Unhappy at the treatment the Bounty Hunters were receiving from one Coco Ware. Coco buggy whipped into the ropes. Coco battling, trying to get back up on his feet. He does so. David Novak, the Bounty Hunter, drives him back down to his knees over the right hand. Coco got his feet out from under him. Heads for the corner. The Bounty Hunter keeps him away from the tag. Upper arm as Coco is coming off the ropes. Bounty Hunter slammed him into the turnbuckle, right in the corner. They make a tag. Coco drives his way over to the corner. And here comes the King back again. Lawler taking on both of them. Their heads meet. I guess they had a meeting of the minds here.
You could say that.
Going for the leg. Working on the left leg of Jerry Lawler. Right at the knee.
Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to push him back before he came down on the leg, but that's a big man to be pushing.
They got that knee, they got that leg wrapped around the rope. 5.5 minutes gone. 5.5 minutes into a one-fall 15-minute time limit match. Jerry Lawler being worked over by the Bounty Hunters. David Novak in the ring. Lawler reaches back, battled his way out of the corner. Look out. Jerry Novak trying to sneak in from behind. Referee Jerry Calhoun sends him back outside. Lawler makes a tag on Coco. Whoa! Coco flips the Bounty Hunter right in the center of the ring and puts a stretch on his neck. Coco backed him into the rope. Sets up the drop kick. He didn't get a real good one, as a matter of fact. Oh, he missed that one altogether. Novak waited for him to go for the drop kick again, and Coco missed it. He's body slammed. He's thrown more than just a body slam. The other Bounty Hunter in there. 6 minutes, 45 seconds gone. Coco Ware, after a drop kick that almost missed and then one that missed completely, finds himself in trouble. Jerry Lawler, no tag made. He nails the bounty hunter for good measure anyway. Bounty hunters make an exchange. They didn't tag. But then neither did the King, so I guess they figure it's even. That's David Novak. Firing Coco into the rope. Backdrop. And the upper arm as the bounty hunter drops on Coco Ware. Coco's still battling. He fired that right hand to the midsection. He knows what he needs to do is get over to the corner, get a tag. He's not in very good position to do that right now. Jimmy Kent from outside. Yeah, you can see his arm in there. Referee sending Lawler back out. Meanwhile, the pile driver by the bounty hunters on Coco Ware.
Referee was over trying to get Lawler out of the ring, and the bounty hunters took advantage of it as they pile drive Coco. Slammed him down in there.
He does get the tag, though, and here comes Lawler. 8 minutes into the action. Lawler working on Jerry Novak of the bounty hunters. Look out, Jimmy Kent up on the apron. If the referee sees it, that ought to do it. Lawler throws him into the ring.
Ring the bell, he said.
And that is going to be it. Disqualification for interference.
Look out!
Turk and El Toro jumping in with Jimmy Hart.
And there he is, back again, Hart. Oh, he nails Lawler with a cane.
Hart, the Turk and El Toro jumping all over Jerry Lawler after the match was over. They came running in from outside.
Hey, come on, let's get somebody in here.
Lawler battling back. He's having to take on about 5 of them.
He's swinging all the way around.
Boy.
Let's get this stopped, though. It's all over there. Okay.
Well, the dressing room empties, and look out. Watch them scatter. There they go. John D. David Price, Green Machine. Disqualification on the bounty hunters and Jimmy Kent. So Lawler and Coco are going to win it officially.
And Hart right back in there, busted him up with that cane.
You tell Hart, or I'll tell him. I'm going to get you and those 2 scums. I'll get them, believe me.
Jerry Lawler going back to administer to the head. They're trying to help Coco out of here. They popped that pile driver on him. And Jerry, who was hit with the cane of Jimmy Hart, oh boy, that was a short-lived retirement for Hart. Right back in. We're going to take time out. We'll be back in just a moment. 7 seconds, and David Price, wow, he came blazing out there. Jerry,
how long I'm slipping? What'd you say?
57 seconds. He was really eager on it. Listen, Jerry, I was contacted by Terry Funk, and Funk wanted to have a little time. I don't get that look on your face.
Funk.
Yeah. Terry Funk had a challenge and some comments. We accommodated him, and if you would, I'd like you to stand here and listen to this wild man, Terry Funk. World heavyweight champion Terry Funk has something that he wants to explain about, and we are obliging him with that time.
First of all, I'd like to say that Jerry Lawler is the son of a jackass. He's a lover of chickens. He has a one-track mind the same way a hog does at supper time or slop time. He's got a one-track mind just as that hog does, but he's not concerned about slop. I want to tell you, Lance, what he's concerned about. The man is concerned about money and money alone. And within this area right here, he has got the fans on his side. And besides having the fans on his side, he has got the police on his side. And besides the police being on his side, he's got the officials on his side. And I would like to say this, he's got you on his side. This is a completely one-sided thing where Jerry Lawler is involved. Now, I am telling you people that he has got one thing on his mind, and that's money. And I'm going to prove to you, Lance, that he doesn't have any guts. And you see right here is I have got a date, I have got a time, and I have got a place. This is a personal invitation sealed right here to Jerry Lawler to ask him to meet me by himself with nobody else involved at an area that I know, he knows, and you will know. And I want you to bring the camera down there, but I don't want a referee. I don't want the police. I don't want the fans. I don't want money for this. What I want is I want to compete against Jerry Lawler, and I want to get him down and hold him down, and I want to make him say to me personally, Terry Funk, you are the better man. Terry Funk, oh, please let me up and let me go. That's what I want to make him holler. I want to see if he's got the guts to come down there. The guts. Like I don't think a lot of people have around here. And I'm talking about the fans, Lance. I'm talking about you. Right. I'm talking about a lot of different people. But Lawler does not have the stinking guts to come down there where no money is involved, where nothing is involved except personal pride. And I do have Texas pride, believe me.
Well, there it is.
Take this.
Okay, I will take it, and I will deliver it to Lawler in there. No money, no fans, he's crying Homer and all that. Well, there's the challenge from Terry Funk to Jerry Lawler, and we'll deliver it to him. Yeah, well, that's what we're here today for. Wild. He wants no fans, nobody else. I wish you'd take a look at it. I've already looked at it.
You've already opened it.
Yeah, I looked for the challenge. Well, you know, sharing the information right there. Take a look at that from Terry Funk.
Okay. I see it. I see it.
No, I just want a reaction to it.
What do you want me to say?
Okay,
I'll... Him, nobody else around.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, we'll be back in just a minute.
For Terry Funk and a challenge to Jerry Lawler. What took place not here on Championship Wrestling was the fact that ultimately Lawler said, you betcha, I got something to settle with the guy. I don't want him doing all of this and running his mouth off. And the end result of the bout you're going to have to see. I have not seen this videotape. We were not even sure that it was going to take place or anything was ever going to happen on it. We made arrangements for the ring and for the whole thing. Well, I think the tape may be self-explanatory. Let's take a look at what I want to do is just, huh? Yeah, sure. Shooting up on you. That's okay. Yeah. I just want to do an opening in case this crazy thing comes off. And then if it does, we've got something. If it doesn't, all we've lost is a little time on it. So, let's see. I guess we got enough light and everything. We can pick it all down. And we'll just, I don't even know that either one of them going to show up. Yeah, okay, pardon me. Let me get rid of the cigarette. Give me a countdown, will you? 5, 32. This is Lance Russell standing in the middle of an empty Mid-South Coliseum. I think most wrestling fans know that Terry Funk, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, issued a challenge to Jerry Lawler to meet man to man. Of course, Funk had accused Lawler of having homer decisions in his battles with Terry Funk previously and with brother Dory Funk Jr. and so forth. He said, no fans, no officials, no police, nobody, you and me. I guess you just have to call it what he's looking for as a shootout. He made the challenge, asked me to deliver the challenge publicly so that it would be on record that he had challenged Lawler. Jerry Lawler later said, set it up. And so here we are. We're in the Mid-South Coliseum, 11,300 empty seats. And that's all that will be here to witness this particular bout, with the exception of myself and cameraman Randy West. Funk asked that there be a camera and a tape crew here so that we would be able to have a record of his demolishing Lawler in the event that it takes place. It's right now 10 minutes to 1. The time that was set on it was 1 o'clock. Neither of the participants are here at this time. We will just have to wait and see. If it takes place, you'll have a record of it. If it doesn't, then you will never see this. Let's just cut the camera off now, Randy. We'll wait. If they show up, we'll do it, okay?
Blackwell, right off the bat, showed you this guy, for his size, we've heard a lot about him, but you had to see something like that to realize how mobile he is. He mashed Lawler in the corner. The big splash, and this may be a quick evening for Jerry Lawler. Crusher Blackwell fires him right through the ropes onto the concrete floor. 468 pounds. He takes Lawler up just easily, bangs him down, drops with the elbow. Jimmy Hart, obviously delighted. Calhoun telling Blackwell he's got to clean up his act here, man. He can't continue violation of these rules. Have a feeling that's not going to have much effect on him. He'll do what he wants to do. Hammers Lawler with his head right in the spine. He blistered him with a knuckle. Lawler has not had one offensive moment yet. Blackwell drops with that huge leg. He took Lawler's feet out from under him, 3 feet in the air. The Crusher, big elbow, mangled him. Lawler trying to get back to his feet. Hart saying, get him, get him, get him. Headbutts him. He uses that spear. He'll spear you with that head. Jabs Lawler. Lawler swings at him, tags him a goodie. There's that thunder in that right hand and an elbow. Hits the big guy. Minutes past, 55 to go. They can't stay at this pace any 55 minutes. Lawler teeing off, but he can't get Blackwell off his feet. He did it. Once you got him off the feet, I don't know how you pin him. Him with that right hand. Lawler still hurt. He covers him, but he doesn't have a good pin on him. Foot saves Crusher. Lawler swinging back. Trading licks, and Blackwell puts him down, but the Crusher goes down too. Blackwell is known as the most avoided wrestler in the ring. Nobody wants any part of this guy. Friend of Terry Funk's. That'll tell you something. Lawler stings him and takes one. Picked him straight up and hammered him down. Blackwell hit the floor very hard himself. He's still stunned from some of those right hands of Lawler. Lawler uses the ropes to break it. Lawler blocks him. Side suplex. I'd have never believed it. Lawler bounced the big guy right on the mat. It took everything out of him. 1, 2, and Blackwell brings the right shoulder up. Can't believe it. Blackwell now taking charge again. But Lawler battling his way back to his feet. Blackwell staggers him to one knee. Lawler stumbles into the rope. He is back down on the canvas. Not used to seeing Lawler be hammered around, but then they're not used to seeing 468 with the strength that Blackwell has. The big splash. Man, oh man, he doesn't even try to pin him. Picks him up and rolls him over. Lawler, face laying down into the mat. The Crusher, who came in here with a mission for Terry Funk, looks like he's going for a suplex. Boy, he did. Ooh. Blackwell covers him, but Lawler's foot gets to the rope. Referee Jerry Calhoun explaining the foot was over the rope. It's only a 2 count. The Crusher just smiles and goes back on Lawler again. Lawler trying to shake it off. Blackwell familiar flips down that strap. And here comes the King. Firing with that right hand, snapping the head of Blackwell back. Whips him across the ring into the turnbuckles. Drop from Lawler. Got him over. Lawler more than halfway away across the ring. Hart just missed him. The Blackwell moved out of the way, and Lawler slammed his fist on the canvas. Blackwell with a foot. Lawler slammed that hand down. He has hurt that right hand. Hope he hadn't broken it. And Blackwell misses. Lawler covers. He got him. Jerry Lawler with a victory over the big one. Back into action here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Well, Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens, it all comes to a head. We're not entirely proud of all of the action that happened on the Jerry Lawler-Terry Funk thing, but it has to be settled, and it will Tuesday night. Jerry, I want you to know, we said it a little bit earlier, the interview that Funk sent in here, we are not going to show. There's no way we're going to air it.
There's no way you could air anything like that. I saw the interview. And I just want to say, you know, Lance, I've been wrestling for about 10 years now, and I have never been involved in a situation like this that has created more controversy, more unrest in any particular area than this thing with Terry Funk. And all because I showed up for a match that I didn't even want to begin with. But I want this word to get to Terry Funk. You know, I saw the interview, and I want the fans in Louisville to realize one thing, and one thing that's very important. It may not be a very pretty sight down there Tuesday night, because in watching that interview, Terry Funk is not coming to Louisville to try to pin me or beat me. He's not going to be satisfied with pinning my shoulders to the mat. He's not going to be content with getting his hand raised and being declared the winner. He made it very clear through his statements that he is here with one thing in mind, and that's an eye for an eye. Now, I want the people to also understand that I've said before, it was not my fault. It was an unintentional accident. But Funk's eye is not hurt nearly as bad as he would have everyone to believe, but he has convinced himself that he's blind. He's still wearing that patch over his eye, and he's coming here Tuesday night to do the same thing to me. Well, let me tell you something, Terry Funk. I showed up for the other match. I didn't even want it. I'm going to show up for that Tuesday night, too. And I got one word of warning for you, Terry Funk. If you even make one move, just make one little move like you're going for my eye, and it may well be the last move you ever make in your life.
Jerry the King Lawler, Terry Funk, they will meet Louisville Gardens Tuesday night.
Yes, I heard after that match with Lawler. Sure, I'm missing some teeth. Yes, I've got permanent damage to my eye. But have you seen Jerry Lawler? Has anybody seen him? Does he have enough guts to come back against me again? I am the meanest man in professional wrestling. They had to pull me off a Lawler while I was beating on the man's body while he was laying there. This week they're going to have a fence around the ring. And you people, remember what I'm saying to you, because I'm speaking the truth. You will never see Jerry Lawler wrestle again. So if you want to be there for his retirement match, well, make sure you come down there, because I'm going to take the man and I'm going to hurt him so bad that he will not be able to wrestle again. If I have to, I'll break one leg. If he gets up and hops to me, I'll break the other leg. If he comes crawling on his belly, I'll kick him in the head. Believe me, Jerry Lawler is going to pay, and he's going to pay dearly for what he did to me. Hey, I love my family, and my family loves me. My brother loves me, but I have no respect for anybody like Lawler. I have a definite hatred for the man, and I'm going to take that sickness out of my mind. I came here for a purpose. I want to know where Judge Jerry Lawler is. I came here to confront him today. Where is Lawler?
Lawler is in Florida. He had other commitments.
You are a liar. You are a liar. I came here for a purpose. I came here to go ahead and not show before 10,000 people that Lawler is nothing. I wanted to show it before 10 million people. You are a liar.
I'm not, Terry. Why don't we talk about
I want to show the people here that
Lawler
I'm
is
the meanest man in professional wrestling. I am the meanest man in professional wrestling. I'm going to show you. I'll show you. Who can I wrestle?
We don't have anybody here.
Wrestle Lawler.
No, we don't have. Hey, Come on, Terry. No, don't. Now, listen, don't get involved in this thing. Terry Funk. Oh, boy. Terry Funk, out of nowhere, comes into the area. Jimmy Hart tells the Nightmares to get out of there. They let him have it. The referee, Paul Watson, that's going to be a disqualification in there. Leonard fired into the rope. He's kicked out on the floor. It's Funk. Come on now, Terry. Get out of there. Rich Winters straight up, and he's slammed down as Funk. He's got no business in here. He's got his beef. He can settle some other time. He doesn't even have any business being here. Leonard put back down. Terry Funk, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, dumped over, slammed into the camera. Now he's pounded on Leonard. Oh, man. Hey, can we let's get Funk out of here. Terry Funk's beef with Lawler has nothing to do with a young fella like Tim Leonard up there. And now Funk attacks the Nightmare and says, come on, Terry. Hey. Okay. Terry, can we just take it on out and we'll talk about it later. Lawler is not here. Now, I can't say it any plainer than that. He's in Florida.
I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you one thing. I am the meanest man in professional wrestling. And you're on Lawler's side.
I'm not on Lawler's side. I just don't want the trouble that you're...
The referee's on Lawler's side. You idiots are on Lawler's side. And evidently, the airplane people are on Lawler's side because they informed him that I was coming here. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I am going to take Lawler, and I'm going to...
Come on, Terry. Okay.
And I'm not only going to show him, I'm going to take him out. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to take him. I'm going to take him out. Not for a short time. I am going to take him out.
Come on, Terry. Hey, listen. Hey, come on, please. Will you just... Hey.
I moved here.
Well...
I'm moving here. I'm not leaving. I am here from now on. This area is horse country. This area is horse country. And believe me, I am going to be the biggest set around.
Okay, we'll talk to you about it later. Terry Funk, please, move him out now. I'll tell you what we better do. Let's take a break, and we'll be back. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens, super card. Can't give you the whole card right now. Will a little bit later. 19-man, 2-ring, triple chance, battle royal. But stand by for this one. Jerry, the King Lawler, Terry Funk, a Texas death match. We got the king right here, and by golly, this is the thing that Funk really is looking for. He's the king of the Texas death match. He wanted this one, Jerry.
That's right. You know, last week I asked for the match with the cage around the ring where nobody could interfere. There'd be no stopping the match. So now he felt like it was his turn to ask for a match. And this is one that, like you said, he claims to be the king of this type match. His father had supposedly never lost one. And he said that he's carrying on the tradition. I don't know if the people are familiar with the rules. It means there's no time limit. Wrestle all night, no disqualification. The referee's completely powerless to stop anything, no matter what goes on, pile drivers or objects in the ring or anything like that. And falls don't count. You can get pinned, but you just keep right on going until one man is unable to.
You can be leading 30 falls to 1 and still lose.
That's exactly right. So, like I said, this is the kind of match that Terry Funk thinks that it's going to take to get rid of me. Well, I got news for Mr. Terry Funk. I've been in some Texas death matches in the past, and I've never lost a Texas death match either, Lance. So what this is going to boil down to is it's going to be 2 unbeatens, and now you can't come out of a Texas death match with a draw.
Got to be a winner.
There's got to be a winner. So Terry Funk, there's only going to be one winner, and it's either going to be you or it's going to be I. There's only going to be one king of the Texas death matches in Louisville, Kentucky after Tuesday night. And I know what I'm dealing with now. You're not just a normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill wrestler. You are a complete idiot. And I don't care what I have to do. You know, I invented about 90% of the dirty tricks that the people have seen around this area, and I'm going to bring my entire bag of tricks, and I'm going to reach way back, and I'm going to pull out every stop, and I'm going to use everything that I have to, but I'm going to walk out of that ring a winner.
Can you imagine a Texas death match, Lawler and Funk?
Jimmy Hart coming out with Kevin Sullivan, Wayne Ferris, and Jim Dalton. This really had... what is this? Roy Rogers, unable to wrestle. We, concluded that was the case. So the third man over there, listen to that one. And Dutch Mantell. Okay, Dave, we're ready for the introduction.
It's going to be an expiration of time match, 6-man tag action, and on the left of your screen, at a total weight of 692 pounds, it is going to be from Hollywood, California, Chick Donovan, from Boston, Massachusetts, Kevin Sullivan, and from Oklahoma, Jim Dalton. Going against them, total 674 pounds, from Tampa, Florida, Steve Kern, from Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantell, and from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. Match to the expiration of time, 6-man tag. Your referee, Jerry Calhoun.
Well, I'll tell you, Davey, on paper, this absolutely looks like one of the best matches we have had in a long, long, long time on championship wrestling. We have got some explosive power on both sides of the ring. Jim Dalton, a veteran who is a tough son of a gun. Golden Boy Chick Donovan, very strong, powerful, hard wrestler, kind of hard to figure out. He doesn't seem to have any friends among anybody in the ring. And Kevin Sullivan, the muscle man, the Boston battler, with Jimmy Hart, the mouth. Here we go, bell time, we're off and running.
All right, love 6-man tag matches anyway, and especially with a lineup like we've got right here now. Steve Kern against Dalton to get things started. Dalton back to the corner. Dutch Mantell let him have a forearm while he was back there. Dalton, a veteran out of Oklahoma. Steve Kern had him down on the mat. He's got a headlock on him, and he still has the headlock. Dalton tried to roll the shoulders down, get a quick 3 count out of it. Steve Kern holding Dalton's hand away from the tag. Now the tag is made, and here's the Golden Boy, Chick Donovan. In the battle, Steve Kern. Donovan back to the corner for a little conference with Jim Dalton. Donovan trying to get Steve off his feet. Steve converted it, had the shoulders down very briefly. As Chick Donovan on the mat, Donovan squirming. He's trying to get to that corner. He does. And the tag is made. Jim Dalton will be coming back in. Kevin Sullivan and Steve Kern exchanging words. Steve Kern makes the tag, the Dutchman. Well, I tell you what, Kevin Sullivan looking across that ring, seeing a couple of guys, the Dutch Mantell and Steve Kern, that would really like to get at him. The King, with the right hand, puts Mr. Dalton down on the mat. Comment or two along the way from Jimmy Hart, Kevin Sullivan's manager. Lawler challenging Golden Boy Chick Donovan. Donovan started to wade into the middle of it and then backed away. On the ropes, referee Jerry Calhoun. Oh, got a good, nice, clean break. Donovan popped Lawler, and Lawler returned the favor. High in the air, the backdrop, and Donovan hits hard. Here's Steve Kern back in after the tag. 2 minutes, 45 seconds into the action. First fall action. Expiration of time match. Kern sliding the feet off either side of the Golden Boy's face. Donovan dropped across the knee. Kern with a cover. Counts to 2. 2 count is all he gets. Donovan's head rammed into the corner. Here comes Dutch Mantell. Dutch in after the tag. He grabs the Golden Boy, trying to keep him away from the tag on Kevin Sullivan. Yes. Kevin Sullivan getting down away from the apron as Donovan was stretching for the tag. Sullivan refused the tag. Jimmy Hart said yes, his back severely injured due to heroic action earlier today. Sullivan refused the tag. Chick Donovan back in there again. Dutch Mantell body slams him. Here comes Lawler. Okay. That's what the crowd says. What do you think? They said, yeah, do it. Across the way, Lawler. Dutch Mantell, Steve Kern, all yelling at Sullivan. Come on, get in here. Make a tag, Sullivan. You see Kevin standing there on the far left. Jim Dalton is the one who took the tag. Sullivan has not been in there for the entire match. And we are 4 minutes, 45 seconds into the action. Dalton with a headlock on Lawler. Sullivan jumps in after the tag. Neil and Jerry with those right hands. Lawler gets the tag, and here comes Steve Kern. Sullivan can't get to the corner quick enough to make a tag on anybody. And he makes the tag on Chick Donovan. Sullivan leaps over the apron down onto the floor, consoled by Jimmy Hart down there, while it's Chick Donovan and Steve Kern in the ring. Donovan got that headlock. Kern breaks out of it. Donovan uses the rope to spring. Whoa! Nailed by Steve Kern with a forearm. Chick Donovan in trouble over in the corner of Lawler, Mantell, and Kern. Lawler makes the tag. Dutch Mantell drives Donovan down to the mat. Donovan has really taken a beating during this match. Jimmy Hart down there alongside the apron yelling, come on, Chick, get up. He did. He made the tag. It's Jim Dalton back in there. Dalton with the forearms across the back of Dutch Mantell. Dutchman in the corner. Dalton makes the tag on Chick Donovan. It's been Donovan and Dalton all the way, except for about a 5-second appearance by Kevin Sullivan. Mantell against Dalton. Dalton fires that right fist. 7 minutes gone. First fall action. Dalton and Chick Donovan combining against Dutch Mantell. Trying to fight his way to the corner. What he needs to do is go over there and get a tag. Donovan with a double chop across the back. Slowed him down considerably, though. Dalton grabs Dutch from outside. Mantell suplex by the Golden Boy. Chick Donovan, count of 2. Very close to a 3 count. Donovan makes the tag, and here is Kevin Sullivan. Dutch Mantell being pounded severely by Dalton and Donovan, but he's finally got it in there. Over the top rope. Dutch Mantell hoisted over the top rope by Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan now safely away from the ring by about 35 feet, says he jumped over the top rope. Then he turns and heads back to the dressing area. He was hoisted over that top rope by Kevin Sullivan, no doubt about it. At that point, referee Jerry Calhoun had no choice. Automatic disqualification when the wrestler goes over the top rope. 8 minutes, 11 seconds, and boy, some kind of action in that.
I got to tell you, that Sullivan is a major league excuse maker,
Yes,
man. I'm telling you, and he will make you sound like he has absolutely got it just legitimately. And so, well, anyhow, another story. Plenty of time for lots of action in this expiration of time. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you are too, and we'll be back in just a moment. Oh, yeah. Seems to me, same tune, second verse.
Second verse,
Yeah,
yeah.
jumped
Sure he
over the top rope. We heard it, Kevin. We heard it.
Well, he was helped over the top rope. Oh, Lawler headed after Jimmy Hart over here. Before we get action underway in the second fall. First fall went to Mantell, Steve Kern, and Jerry Lawler. Disqualification when Kevin Sullivan, in spite of what he says,
come
threw
up here.
Mantell over the top rope.
I love the action, but I wish they'd
In
keep
the
it
ring.
in the ring.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, first ball, one side up. Lawler, Mantell, and Kern on the disqualification. Here we go. Second fall of action, expiration of time. Mantell and the Golden Boy opening up. The Dutchman over the top as the Golden Boy goes under, grabs the arm, hip toss, takes him over. Going for a front face lock, and look at the Dutch driving right in there. But by golly, I'll tell you, Donovan, he is tough, rough. He's got plenty of weight behind him in there, and he is some strong. Jim Dalton takes over the tag from the Golden Boy, and Dutch continues that whirlwind attack on Dalton. Big body slam. Down goes Jim. He comes up and makes the tag. Nope, he's not going in there with Mantell. So the Golden Boy has to take the tag from Dalton.
That was the situation throughout the first ball. Now Sullivan jumps in. Chick Donovan been working on Mantell. He got out of there quickly, though. Sullivan did.
Tag right back to Dalton, and Jim Dalton back in with Mantell. As the Dutchman started, and he stayed in. That's going to be a disqualification. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dutch threw him over the top rope.
Yeah, he must have seen that somewhere else, Kevin Sullivan, as a disqualification. Jerry Lawler over saying exactly what was happening. Lawler saying you had the wrong man in there to begin with. But what it actually does, it evens the thing up. The referee calling him the way he sees him. The first one, a disqualification over the top rope. Same thing with the second one in there, and so that means that it is one fall apiece, Davey.
Yeah, the time on the second fall was 1:06.
1:06, and Sullivan and his teammates, the Golden Boy Chick Donovan and Jim Dalton, end up with a victory courtesy of Dutch's driving Dalton right over the top rope in there.
Yeah, the referee had to make the call, and he called it right both times. Both
He
falls have
did.
ended with people over the top rope.
We got more action, plenty of time. We'll be back to it in a moment.
Well, we're ready to try it again after 2 falls, 1 fall apiece.
Bell time. I was looking at referee Jerry Calhoun, and I know a lot of people get irritated when I defend the referees, Dave. But, you know, he had that kind of lost look in his eyes because both sides are on top of him right now in between the falls, and they're both eating him out about making calls wrong and this and that. You can't win as a referee.
Oh.
Whoa!
I suspect Jim Dalton feels like he can't win either. Lawler came off the ropes there and nailed him. Steve Kern in there after the tag. Count of 2 on Dalton. This Dalton's a mean one. He's been around before in this area. He's a veteran. And boy, I want to tell you, big guy. He's the biggest man in the 6-man match. He weighs in at 241. He is just tagged out. It's Chick Donovan, the golden boy, against Steve Kern.
Donovan is a strange kind of a guy, isn't he, Dave?
Yeah, he is. Listen to him talk, and I think he's determined to do one thing, and that's win for Chick Donovan, and that's about it. Donovan with Steve Kern. Ooh, kind of a modified head scissors, but he's not going to keep him there long. Dutch Mantell keeps working on him, and the Dutchman intends to do just that. No, he doesn't. He goes to the corner, makes the tag. And Lawler comes in.
Referee jumps on Lawler by using a right fist.
Ooh, Lawler on a drop of that fist. Donovan had moved out of the way, and Lawler hit the mat. Chick Donovan. Lawler goes through the ropes. He didn't go over the top one. He's hanging on out on the apron. Dutch Mantell coming around the side there to make sure that Jimmy Hart and Kevin Sullivan stay out of it, while Lawler is outside the ropes onto the ring apron. Jim Dalton grabs him as he steps back in the ring. Chick Donovan with Lawler in the air. Puts a body slam on him. 2 minutes, 15 seconds gone in the 3rd fall.
As they say, Donovan on a roll right now with Lawler. He's pounding on him. Donovan going to the rope. Over in the corner, the referee telling him to get down, and he's planning on coming down. But he missed and hit flat on his face, Dave.
He was going to try the splash, and he came up with a belly buster instead. Kevin Sullivan in there. Oh, he grabs Lawler. Grabs his nose, rakes his fingers across there. Sullivan using the right fist. Lawler just picks him up, takes him to the corner. Made the tag on Dutch Mantell. Sullivan heads back to the corner, and he tags Jim Dalton. Whoa. Lawler tried his best to get Mantell and Sullivan in there at the same time again. Sullivan was having none of it. Dutch Mantell.
Some of that meanness you were talking about in Dalton, Davey.
Yeah, he fired Mantell right into those turnbuckles, and the Dutchman hit hard. Fired across the ring. Oh, into the turnbuckles again. Those turnbuckles are wrapped. Boy, so tough to go in there under those turnbuckles. Fired in there like Dutchman was. Sullivan now gets to work on Dutch Mantell after Dutch has been worked over by Dalton. That's the Lawler trying to hold Sullivan in there. Not let him head for the refuge of the corner and attack on his partners. Mantell working on Sullivan, Lawler on Dalton, Steve Kern on Chick Donovan. Lawler hits for Hart. Out of hand, stop match, the referee says. This fall, anyway, is over. The action is not. Donovan, Sullivan, Jim Dalton down on the floor now. It's Dutch Mantell, Lawler,
Stopping it.
and Steve Kern still in the ring, but the referee, Jerry Calhoun, has stopped it.
We're going to take a break.
Out of control stop. 4 minutes, 14 seconds. No winner in that fall. It's still one apiece.
Yeah, so it comes out just the way it was before that fall started, and if they had 10 more falls, it may end up the same way because of the kind of attitude. Okay, D. David, let's take a break right here. We'll check our time, be back, see if we got any time for another fall. They are crowned. I have no intention of congratulating this particular champion. We're talking about the new AWA Southern Heavyweight Champion, Jimmy Hart, who took that throne from Jerry the King Lawler. And so we will follow our practice, and here is the new Southern Heavyweight Champ. I say jokingly. It's a laugh.
Jokingly,
You
huh?
set the whole Southern Heavyweight thing back 15 years with that farce match that you had in.
Well, let me just say something right now, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at the new Southern Heavyweight Champion. Let's get, oh, hey, that's right. You love me, don't you? Well, you know what? I feel so good. You know, in music, I had a gold record, right?
Yeah.
And now in wrestling, this is the best thing. Look, the cameramen are so asleep, they can't even get a shot of the belt. Here, boys, let me help you out. Look at this jewel, baby. It's Jimmy Hart's forever. I am the Southern Heavyweight Champion, and I'm going to stay the Southern Heavyweight Champion. What do you think about that, Russell?
Well, I hear you talking, Jimmy, but that doesn't really have anything to do with the fact that the way you won it in a completely loaded match, it was incredible. It should have been, and you do have the Southern Heavyweight belt. You've added that to the family collection.
Well, let me just say this. The family is the greatest thing that ever happened in professional wrestling. I am the greatest thing that ever happened in professional wrestling. Lawler is finished. He's washed up. You know, once there was a Jackie Fargo, and he was sitting high on the crown here in town, and everybody thought he was the greatest thing. And then came along a smart punk by the name of Jerry Lawler, and he knocked him right off. Well, now, Lawler, your day has come, brother, because there's a smart punk on the scene now named Jimmy Hart. I am the new Southern Weight Champion. You don't even have enough fans anymore, baby, to pack a phone booth, and that's all I got to say.
Yeah, well, I want you to stand right here. You stand right here. I've got an interview that Jerry Lawler on the explanation of that entire situation. I think it's only fair that we stand
look,
here
I don't want to
and
hear
take a
no
listen
film
to
on
it.
Lawler. He's
I'll
not
bet
down
you
here
don't
today
want
because he's ashamed to even
No,
show his
he
face,
is
baby.
booked
I'm the
elsewhere,
Southern
and he's not
champion. I'm
able
not
to be
staying
here.
for nothing. You can watch the film
You're-
and go to sleep with everybody else out here.
Yeah.
Fucking no.
That figures just exactly about what you would do. You don't have the guts to stand out here. Let's take a listen in a bizarre situation that Jerry Lawler.
Well, I would imagine that by now, Jimmy Hart is strutting all around the TV station there with the Southern Heavyweight Championship belt around that little skinny waist of his. Mighty happy that he is the new champion. And I would imagine that everybody is wondering just exactly how this happened. And I've been asking myself that same question all week long, but I'd like to take just a second here to explain, or try to explain, a little bit of how it did take place. You see, a few weeks ago, the promoters came to myself and Bill and several of the other wrestlers around the area, and they asked them, if you could have any kind of match that you wanted with any kind of stipulation involving any other wrestler, what would be the match that you would want? What would be your dream match? And at the time, I just thought they were, you know, it was just a fantasy type thing, wondering what kind of match we would ask for. So I naturally wanted a match with Hart involved, and Hart wanted a match with me involved, and all of the wrestlers came up with some sort of a crazy match with a lot of stipulations where it was one-sided, stacked in their favor. And then a little while later, the promoters came back to me and they said, if you could have your chance to get your dream match, would you agree to be in anybody else, or be involved in anybody else's dream match, the stipulations that they've asked for? Well, I had to think for just a second, and I said, yes, I would. Because when I went into that match, where the winner of the match would get his dream match, I felt certain that I would win the match. I knew I'd beat one of those punks, and then I'd get to have my dream match with Hart, or at least one of my teammates would win the match. You know, every time I step into the ring, I feel like I'm going to win. If a wrestler goes in the ring doubting whether or not he's going to win the match, he usually won't win. Well, the thing didn't go exactly the way we wanted it to, and we didn't come out on the right end of the match. We didn't win it. And so, because I had previously agreed, I had to go into the ring in Hart's dream match. And I had to wear I had to put boxing gloves on to where if I did get to hit him, it'd be a padded blow. And I was against Hart, and the Southern Heavyweight Championship belt was at stake. But to top it all off, Kevin Sullivan and Wayne Ferris were the two referees. Well, it was a completely one-sided match, all right, all in Jimmy Hart's favor. Every time I would grab him, they would be right there to pull him off of me. Every time I'd try to hit him, they would come in between us. I realized I didn't have a chance about halfway through the thing, and I even tried to hit one of them to get disqualified, but no, he didn't disqualify me, and that's how I wound up losing the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Well, let me tell you something, Hart. For years now, I've been mighty proud of that belt. I consider it my belt. I'm as proud of that belt as any belt in the country, the World Championship or whatever. The Southern Heavyweight Championship belt is my belt. And I'm going to tell you this, punk, and I'm going to promise all you people out there that right now Jimmy Hart has that belt around his waist, but Hart, I'm making you this promise. You will never, no matter what I have to do, you will never be able to defend that belt the first time. You remember that, punk.
Okay, there it is. Jerry Lawler, I will say he was a man of his word. He agreed to go in there. I think there was some misunderstanding that both Hart and Lawler had the gloves on. That is not correct. The stipulation was that Lawler would wear gloves. He was man enough to stand up to it, and he paid the price because he never thought it would take place. And that is the way that number goes. Hey, listen, we've still got the Nightmares. We've got Steve Kern and Roy Rogers as their opponent. We've got a great expiration of time match. It'll have Chick, Golden Boy Donovan going against the superstar, Billy Dundee. All of that yet to come on Champion. To say a whole lot more about it, let's take a look at the highlights. Jerry the King Lawler, Jimmy Hart. This one a lumberjack match.
With promoter Eddie Marlin, who I believe is telling Hart that none of the First family will be allowed to be around the ringside as lumberjacks. I think you see the stage pretty well set. Hart giving Lawler plenty of room. Lawler just laughing at Hart in his boxing movements. Around the ring, the lumberjacks. Dundee on the far side, closest to you with his back, is Steve Kern, his back to you. On the right side, as you look at it, on the floor from Oil Trough, Dutch Mantell. And on this side, closest to our timer's desk, Roy Rogers. Jerry Lawler zinging a big right hand right at Lawler. Hart scooped up some powder and threw it right in Lawler's eyes, holding his jaw where Lawler nailed him. And look at Hart go. He is a wild animal trapped, and he knows it. He's fighting for his life. Chokehold on Lawler. Remember, to the finish. No disqualification. The referee is on the outside of the ring. Steve Kern pulled that sack of powder out. His heart is going after Lawler like a wild man. He double hands Lawler. Lawler still having a hard time getting to his feet. His eyes really bothering him where Hart nailed him with that powder. And Jimmy Hart, street fighting. He is fighting for his life. He goes get some more powder and rubs it in Lawler's eyes. He cannot be disqualified. And I think the crowd is stunned. I know Lawler is. Jerry Lawler now back up. The King, clearing his eyes enough to see Hart, drops with that right hand. Lawler, short chopping right hand that puts Hart down. Hart, face first on the mat, comes out of his trunks. We could see something shining. Looks like a chain, and he nails Lawler. Hart again nails him. He's got a chain in his hand. He puts Lawler down with that one. Around Lawler's neck. He's choking him. Lawler specifically told the Lumberjacks, do not interfere regardless of what he does. Just don't let him get out of the ring. Jimmy Hart in a no disqualification match, choking Jerry Lawler. Hart, as we said, really battling like a wild animal. Goes at the throat of Lawler with that chain again. Dundee, Rogers, everybody cheering Jerry on, but Hart with that chain has got Lawler in trouble. Jimmy Hart wraps that chain around his hand and shoots again at Lawler. Bam! He nailed him with that chain. And look out for the King. Hart knows he's in serious trouble. Lawler going after the chain, takes it away from Hart. Jimmy Hart, pillar to post now. There's no place to hide, and Lawler nails him. The King puts him down. Hart gets out. Steve Kern, Mantell, throw him right back in. Lawler says, try that way. Dundee grabs him and throws him in. Here he comes after Roy Rogers. Rogers with him. Pushes him back under the rope. Hart trying to hang on. He doesn't want Lawler. His advantage gone. Lawler with a chain. Goes after him. Over the shoulder. And the finish could be all over. He has really got Hart where he wants him. Mantell blocks him in on that side of the ring. Hart barely able to pull himself up to his knees. Falls back. Lawler pulls him to the center of the ring. This is what the King has been after for a long time. Drops with the elbow on that leg. Bangs down again with it. He is loving every minute of the problems that Jimmy Hart has given him. He remembers them. And with a vengeance, he's going after Hart. Again, the elbow. Spinning leg lock, and he really has Hart. Oh, boy. Lawler just pouring it off. Every bit of that 234 is behind it. All the memories of the problems that he has had is added to it. Jimmy Hart. Referee Jerry Calhoun says he gives it up. It's all over. Lawler is the winner. 7:49. Lawler says, get out of here. You don't belong in here anyhow. And he throws Calhoun out. Jerry Lawler has won the bout in 7:49, but it's not good enough. He spins, Hart screaming. Lawler again with that spinning leg lock. You can tell the vengeance is coming out. Here comes the first family down. Hart saying, no, 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 watch my leg. The crowd loving it. As Hart holding his leg. So the leader of the pack, the head of the first family, being carried by Chick Dunn.
Yeah, well, that was the scene as it took place, and quite a scene it was. That was exactly Lawler's dream match. He wanted to get Hart where the first family could not interfere, where he had a lumberjacks that would not let him get out of the ring. He was successful in getting him in that type of a match, and the result, well, you've seen it. And so Jimmy Hart ended up with a broken leg. Let's hear the comments that Hart had to make.
I love it, thank you, but I ain't gonna be able to wear it to get through, but I love the color and everything. When is Chick and Wayne and the Nightmares coming back? Okay, that's fine. Can you raise my back a little bit right now? Oh, God, not so fast, please. Please, the foot, that's a foot button, the foot button. The foot
What do you want to raise? The foot of the head?
Oh, the foot, look, Kevin, my leg is broke. You're killing me. You are absolutely killing me right now. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Please, just stop, please.
Okay.
I'm please. I'm snappy. I'm sorry. Please. They can't. The camera's not looking at my gown, is it?
No.
Come on, put it down here. First of all, you told them we don't anybody know where we are, right? They understood?
Hey, before we go any further, no one's supposed to know where we are, right? Correct? All right.
Okay. If you raise it down one more time, but please do the button on the right.
Down or up?
Yeah, but.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Wait a second.
Wait just a minute. Who is... where's my glasses?
They're over there, Jimmy. Let me get rid of
them.
No, they're over there in the thing. Let me get rid of this for you. Okay. I'll get these out of your way, okay?
I don't want those stupid letters anyhow.
Okay. Wait a minute. Here's my here. I'll move my present, okay?
All right. Everybody wants to know the condition of Jimmy Hart and the condition of the first family. Well, let me tell you something right now. Don't you worry about Jimmy Hart's condition or the first family's condition. You people of Memphis, you better worry about your condition right now, because let me tell you something, man, you are very sick. Y'all need help so bad. I need to try to bring in about 50 psychiatrists to help you out, because, buddy, you are in trouble. I've lived in Memphis all of my life, and I've never seen the worst taste of sportsmanlike conduct in my life from you people out there. I climbed in the ring, a Christian athlete all of my life, Memphis born and Memphis bred, an athlete, high school athlete. I have done everything from Memphis, Tennessee to put it on the map that I could possibly do. Cut million-seller records, everything. Climbed to the top of the ladder in professional wrestling. I've brought you in the best talent that has ever been in this territory. And I crawled in that ring Monday night with Jerry Lawler. And he used a chain on me, and he used salt on me. He used everything humanly imaginable. And you people were laughing and cheering. When he came off that top rope, which is illegal, you people went crazy. If he'd have had a gun, let me tell you something. If he'd have had a gun and blown my head off, these people would have gone crazy,
Jimmy,
Kevin.
if he had an axe and said, let me cut off his head, they would have said yes. You know why? Because it's like I've told you before. All these Southerners, it isn't just Memphis, it's all the Southerners are sick, Jimmy. This is what's wrong with society today. They are sick. This is a real sick society. You could see it on their faces. There's faces that looked exactly like Kern's face, looked like Lawler's face. They're all sick. And, Jimmy, as you know, the only thing sane in this world today is the family. We're the only guiding light left. We're the only thing sane. You look at the rest of society. Like you said, they were yelling at you everything, Jimmy, and that was your hometown. Can you imagine how it is for outsiders? They're just sick. But don't worry, the family will be taken care of. You're still the brains. We all know that. And tell those people what the condition of the family will continue.
I love you, baby. Let me just say something right now, Jerry Lawler. I hate you, brother. And if I have to gain weight, if I have to gain 45 more pounds to weigh 200 pounds and come in the ring to get you, I promise I'll do it. So you want to know the condition of Jimmy Hart? Hey, I've never had a broken leg before, so I don't know how long I'm going to be out. But let me tell you something, Lawler. Sure, you kicked mine, you know what.
Hey, wait
and you broke.
Jimmy, never, ever say that, baby. Never say that. He didn't do it. You look at that Kern. What did Kern do? When you were managing the match with Chick, he went down there and snatched you up, picked you up, and drove you on his knee. Oh, he's a big, tough, strong guy. Drove you on his knee. That's when you probably get the fracture. Then, with that great fighting heart that very few people have, you crawled in the ring against Jerry Lawler when he had his 4 henchmen around the ring. And if they want to play back the tape, they can see all 5 of them punching and kicking at that leg, which was probably fractured at the time. And then Jerry Calhoun came in and said, do you want to stop the match? And Jerry Lawler said, let it continue. The promotion was part of this conspiracy. The whole thing was to get rid of the first family. Because, Jimmy, I felt like a trapped dog trying to get through that fence when I saw what was happening to you. You know what Eddie Mullen came up to me and said? He said, take one step out of here, and you're suspended for a year. That was the whole thing, to get rid of the first family. But let me tell you something, Jerry Lawler and Steve Kern. You listen to me right now. We have a plan.
Don't you?
Okay, that's it. Cut that interview. Let's get out.
The word came out that a guy that we have known for quite some time and have admired, as a matter of fact, in the ring and out of the ring, and we have had the pleasure of knowing him very close over the past years, announced his retirement. Right now, I want to bring in the very aggressive and young editor of Championship Wrestling magazine, who is here for a particular purpose, Jim Cornette. Jim, come on in here. Good to have you with us here today. We get to see you around all the matches everywhere, and it's a delight to have you. In a way, it's a delight to have you here. In another way, it's kind of a sad moment.
I'm glad to be here, but I know what you mean, because one of the greatest wrestlers that has ever appeared in this area is retiring from the sport, and I'm talking about the fabulous Jackie Fargo.
Official announcement was made. Jackie Sennett said he's hanging up, not climbing in the ring.
Yeah, and it's a sad occasion, but then again, when we at Championship Wrestling magazine heard about his retirement, we felt that his career was such a one that it should be honored before he leaves, and we're here today. It's hard to explain the ability, the popularity, the charisma that Jackie Fargo has had over the years, and we felt that no wrestler had done more for professional wrestling in the past 10 years than the fabulous Jackie Fargo, and as such, we want to be here today to name him the Wrestler of the Decade. And right now, I'd like, if I could, to introduce the Wrestler of the Decade, the fabulous Jackie Fargo.
All right, where is he? There he is. Ah, you son of a gun. How many times have I said it? Often imitated, but never duplicated.
Nice
the fabulous Jackie Fargo.
This is great to be out here on This is Channel 5, right?
Yeah, championship wrestler, Jack.
Lance, don't I look good?
Oh, you look marvelous, as
You
a
got
matter
it,
of fact.
Pally.
By golly,
Jog
I'll tell you
5
what.
miles a day, get up and go to bed early, 2 or 3 in the morning. Don't drink too much, just sort of take it
By
easy.
golly, I don't know what you've done, but you look great right now, in super shape. All right.
You want to feel? It's really a pleasure to be here. It really is. What can I say?
Hey, let me say it for
Where's
you.
my check for coming over here?
Yeah, that's the Jackie Fargo I know. Here's a guy that still holds records in the Boston Gardens for attendance up there, all over, as a matter of fact, and I think it's a record that's been written, and Jackie, it's final. You're hanging him up.
Oh, yeah. What the heck, comes a man's life, he's got to move on, Pally. You can't stand still, I've been wrestling, it'll be 3 years next December.
No, I see what it is. Okay, young fella. Jim, you got this official presentation?
Yes, Jackie, I'd like to just go ahead right now and present to you at this time this plaque signifying that you are indeed the wrestler of the decade, the fabulous Jackie.
Thank you very much.
Hey, the superstar.
What's going on, baby? It's been a pleasure. Congratulations.
Steve Kern.
You're really going to miss you, brother. You're going to have a tribute to the sport.
Thank you very much.
Dutch Mantel coming out. Hey, you know this guy right here.
No,
the
I
kid.
know him. I know this punk.
Jackie, all this kind of makes you sound like you're old. Now, we all know that's not true, but I just want to bring you a little present here. Your face is getting so wrinkled, I bought you a bookmark that you could find your mouth with.
You little lady.
It's still got a pretty good side headline,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Good people.
Hello, Jack.
Hey, Marlon.
Lance, you talking about going back a long ways. When I was a little bitty thing, I used to wait just to carry Jackie's bag in.
Oh, my God.
I love it. I love it.
You're going a little too far.
Old Hippodrome, Jackie.
I try to get Al
I
Green
tell you,
to
my
come down.
first match, I was sitting on my father's knee getting a haircut when he was next door to me getting a shave there.
Al,
This is really nice. This is great, It's just great, Lance. It's,
Jackie, I tell you what, there's nobody in the world that could have possibly deserved it more. You've not only added it in the ring, where if you've not been able to get it done wrestling, you show one to fight in a hurry. And son of a gun, you've also done it outside the ring where you've made a lot of friends, and the folks just love it.
Let me say this. When I walk down the street, nobody's going to say, hey, there goes Jackie Fargo, a nice guy. But they're going to say, there goes Jackie Fargo. I've seen him wrestle for 25 years. That son of a gun put out not 100%, but 110%. That's something I can truthfully say. Anytime I got in that ring, I always put out everything behind me.
A lifetime has been yours inside the ring.
I've-
You've been wrestling all your life.
All my life. I sweated a gallon of blood and sweat. And, brother, I mean a lot of blood and sweat to become a professional wrestler. And it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life was being a wrestler. It's my whole life. I mean, what?
Got to be a very difficult moment. Okay, Jack, I'll tell you what, we're not going to stand out here and push it anymore. I just got to say, Jimmy, thanks for bringing out the presentation out here. It could not go to anybody that we absolutely admire and say deserves it anymore. Jackie Fargo, Wrestler of the Decade.
Thank you very much, man. Like I said, it's just...
Hey, let's take a break now, and we'll be back later. You son of a bitch. Okay, we're just getting it cleared back from the ring there, man.
Stand back.
I'll tell you what. Jimmy Hart and
Come here, Russell. Get
Hobbity
out
Hop.
here, man. Come
I
on
thought
out.
you had your chance to talk all about Bugsy McGraw and all of the other things. Yeah, make it quick.
Oh, let me
Just
say
get
something.
your
I want
guys
to talk
in
to
the
you. Well,
ring.
come on, you give me the microphone. I've got a very, very important announcement to make, ladies and gentlemen, and I use that word very, very loosely over there looking at all you people. There's been a lot of burden on Jimmy Hart lately. I had a little bad wheel here, but it's getting better. Nobody's going to knock a good man down. Isn't that right, Russell? You know that. But let me tell you, my special announcement, I've had such a big workload. I've got people coming in from all over the world. I've got Killer Carl Croup. He's on his way.
Austin Idol's on his
Yeah,
way.
I know. Joe LeDuc, Jimmy Valiant, Terry Funk, and all those other guys. Just hurry it up and get the guys in the ring.
Well, you're wrong, Buzzard Breath. Not Jimmy Valiant. Let me tell you something right now, and I'm making this an offer. $5,000 to anybody that can bring me Jimmy Valiant here. He's a traitor. I did everything for that man. I lent him money when he was here in Memphis, fed his family for him. I did everything for Jimmy Valiant. But you see, he didn't come back to the First Family. But let me say what I was telling everybody. Everybody's coming to the First Family because we're back on top again with Jimmy Hart. So now this is my very special announcement. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to introduce to you now my new assistant. You know, there's a president in the First Family, which is me, and now there is a vice president. Super Chick. Come here, Chick. Come on out. Come on out, Chick.
Chick Donovan, who is also on crutches. Looks
The
like...
First Family stood by Chick when he was down, baby. Come here, baby.
Okay, all right. Enough of the old home week thing here. Chick Donovan is now your vice president.
He's my vice president.
When do we get somebody in there to wrestle? Will you please?
Let me tell you, we got a group here right now, the most tenacious, the most modest duo in all of professional wrestling. Right from Marset Salon, the Heartbreakers. Bring them on, baby. Bring them on. Here they
This
are.
is somebody
Here they are,
you
the
recruited?
Heartbreakers. All right, look at them.
Beautiful, beautiful, Chick, beautiful.
So this is the Heartbreakers right here. And this is your newest find.
They're going to be in the family,
Your
baby.
vice president came up with a great
That's
new
right.
thing.
Jimmy Hart stood by this man, man. Look, he's down. I could kick him out in the street, but I'm not kicking him out anywhere. So he's here.
Come on, Jerry. We don't need any trouble out here. Come on, please. All right, we got a match coming up here, and let's just keep it nice and calm.
We're going to keep it nice and calm. I just got a couple of things that I want to say. There's not going to be any trouble. I just want to talk for just a second to Hart and his new assistant and his new team and the whole First Family. Hart, I got a couple of things I want to say to you. Now, I think you realize that you have to admit that I put you in this wrestling profession. I put you in this business. I made you my manager. But now, after all the things that's happened, I've said that I'm determined to get you out of this business, and of course you're determined to get me out of it. We've had a lot of things happen. You stole my crown. You put it on Paul Ellering. You deserted me. Well, I came back and I fractured your jaw, and then you brought in all of these guys to do a number on me, and then I've broken your leg. And there's been a lot of things go down between you and I, Hart, but I want to say this. The most important thing and the main thing that you've done, that people just saw on that film a while ago, was you have cost me my Southern Heavyweight title. Now, I'm out of the tournament, so I don't have a chance to win back my belt that you and Sullivan and Fair stole from me to begin with. So I just want to make this plain right now. I want you to know, Hart, that from now on, every time that I see you, whether you're in a match that I'm in or whether I see you walking down the street or in a restaurant or in a park.
Do it outside. Hey, come on, Jerry. Hey, come on, Lawler, for crying out loud. Can you believe this? Thanks a lot. Hey, come on. Yeah, ring the bell. I'm going to ring the bell for crying out loud.
Florida Heavyweight Championship currently held by Dory Funk. We're going to take a look now at a tag team match that occurred in Tampa at the Armory between Dory and Terry Funk against Jerry Lawler and Mike Graham. And see in this corner right now, Terry Funk and Jerry Lawler battling it out in the corner. Lawler explodes now with the right hand, another right hand that staggers Funk. Funk staggered again and again, but he fires back. And one thing about Terry Funk, he's got tremendous strength, great second effort, and Lawler giving it everything he's got, calling those punches out from the backyard. Finally drops Funk to the canvas. And Lawler now pounding away at the forehead of Terry Funk, administering tremendous punishment to Terry Funk. As I said, this is an intense rivalry, an intense feud. And now Mike Graham moves into the ring. He smashes Terry Funk into that turnbuckle. Terry Funk staggers over, tried to make it to his own corner, could not. And now Mike Graham goes for the figure 4 leg lock. And it is Dory Funk Jr. very quickly moving in, trying to break that up. Meanwhile, Mike Graham gets that hold on Terry Funk. That's the Eddie Graham figure 4. And it is referee warning Lawler to stay back into his corner. You can see there, Dory Funk Jr. very quickly moved in to break up that situation using the flat of the foot. Now the tag is made. Terry Funk tags up with Dory Funk Jr. Both of these men, former world heavyweight wrestling champions. The famous Funk family going up against the king of wrestling, Jerry Lawler, and certainly one of the most foremost names in professional wrestling, the Graham family, being headed up at this current time by Mike Graham. Mike Graham, beautiful move in behind his man, has Dory Funk Jr. into a rolling reverse. Broken up, but he catches Terry Funk, who's about to interfere. And this is one thing about the Funks. Anytime they get an opportunity to interfere, they will. And there's a good example of it. Terry Funk tripping up Mike Graham as he came off that rope. And it is now Dory Funk Jr. having a stunned Mike Graham momentarily at his mercy. But brings him up for that pile driver. And this certainly would fell and would stop the average professional wrestler, but certainly not Mike Graham. Mike Graham powers out of it once again, back to his feet, and there you see some double teaming here. Once again, the tag is made. Mike Graham trying to get over to make that tag with Jerry Lawler. Does make the tag. And so the king of wrestling, Jerry Lawler, moves into the ring, but the referee did not see the tag. The referee did not see the tag. Lawler, and now in the meantime, the Funk brothers, double teaming on Mike Graham, issuing tremendous punishment. Lawler, tiring of this activity, comes charging in, using hard right hands, drops Dory Funk Jr. to the canvas, catches Terry Funk. He catches Dory Funk Jr. once again. Mike Graham still stunned and dazed by the double teaming, and now Lawler hurdled over that top rope. And so the Funk brothers stand alone momentarily. There you see Mike Graham trying to get it back together. And it is Dory Funk Jr. slowly, deliberately, methodically putting a boot to the top of the head. And now it is, see, outside the ring, Lawler and Terry Funk continuing to battle. Here's where Mike Graham into an inside cradle, gets that counter through, gets the pinfall. Mike Graham gets the pinfall, but now watch what happens after the pinfall. As the two Funk brothers charge in, it is Mike Graham going for the figure 4. Dory Funk Jr. trying to break that up, using the elbow very, very effectively to the chest and the throat of Mike Graham. And so Terry Funk and Dory Funk Jr. now having a literal field day on Mike Graham as they continue to double team him. Jerry Lawler stunned outside the ring. Mike Graham, who has scored the pinfall. And now it is Dory Funk Jr. going up. The match is over, bear in mind, and so is Dory Funk Jr. coming off that top rope, down across the stomach of Mike Graham. And the two Funk brothers continue to issue punishment here and pain to Mike Graham, Terry Funk, dragging him over to another corner. And again, Dory Funk Jr. going outside the ring. You can see his legs now moving up on that top rope, and again coming down with that leg into the midsection. And now as Lawler tries to make it back into the ring, Dory Funk Jr. breaks it up. Mike Graham in tremendous pain at this point. And the Funk brothers casting the referee to one side as they continue to double team on Mike Graham. And I can assure you this, Mike will not forget it. He and Jerry Lawler will settle the score with the Funk brothers.
One fall, 15-minute time limit, 246 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee. On the left of your screen, Buddy Wayne. And 232 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Jerry Calhoun's the referee.
All righty, bell time, maybe. Here we go, if we can get it to ring. Everything else has been that way today.
Yes, sir.
Buddy Wayne going against the King, Jerry Lawler. And Buddy going at him with that right hand. Jerry blocks him, brings a big right back, comes right over on top of Buddy Wayne. Starts pounding away and referee jaw.
Oh, look out. Stop.
Well, if we end up with anything left here, Dave, it is a disqualification on this one. Hart, the first family.
Lawler, both of the Heartbreakers. Dream Machine. Dream with a club.
He hit
Lawler. He's all over Lawler in there.
McGraw and the Dream.
Here comes Kern, Mantell, and Dundee.
Hey, come on, Jerry.
A Dream Machine.
Come on, Eddie, get see if you can get some of those guys out of there.
Right, Dream Machine hit Lawler. Still trying to work on him. Dundee and Mantell shove him out of there.
Lawler really stomped upon. I am not believing. The Dream Machine came out and nailed Lawler with a club or something like that.
Yeah. I thought he was going after Hart, and he swung and he hit Lawler, and then he came back and really started working him over.
Trying to get Jerry McGraw joined by the Dream Machine. You heard it right. I couldn't believe what I was seeing in there. I thought maybe he missed him the first time and just accidentally hit him, but there wasn't anything accidental about
no doubt
that.
about it.
He just was pounding on him, and then joined with McGraw dropping the big elbows on him. The whole first family doing it. Lawler being carried out of the area where the whole first family jumped on him. Oh. They jumped. McGraw, get those guys out of here. Lawler down on the floor. They're going after Hart underneath the ring. That's the King. They came back in and dumped him off that chair where they had, they were carrying Lawler out on it. The Dream Machine is Hart. That's Bugsy McGraw. That's a road tool he's got right there. Jimmy Hart, who initially brought in the Dream Machine. I am not believing. They come in here and jump him in the ring and then dump him off the stage. Oh, get up, Jimmy. I don't even want to hear. What in the Sam Hill is this, Dream?
TCB taking care of business. Graveyard digging the coffin, buying a long time. We've been in the family crime because all the king's horses and all the king's men can't put the king back together again, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, cut all that garbage out. And what the Sam Hill you mean jumping?
Well, I'm trying to tell you, if you'll shut up long enough before I can tell you, let me tell you something. Every time they come down the pike, every time something took place, title shots, championship matches, it's always Lawler and Dundee. Lawler and Dundee, but this man right here give me the greatest chance of all to be on top right off the bat against Jerry Lawler. And you know one other thing, this right here bring it all down to a screeching halt, if you know what I'm talking about, baby, because 10,000 people watching said, don't take your mask off, Dream. The only thing that I held with value, my mask. Say, don't take it off, baby. Don't take it off. And then who, out of all people, Lance Russell, you tell the Dream Machine who comes out and holds up a towel and says, oh, it's all right, Dream. Go ahead and take it off. Jerry Lawler, shame me one more time. But you know something? All the king's horses and all the king's men can't put the king back together again. Because I am that man that walked that barbed wire fence 32,000 miles barefooted. He's still stone case, satellite with bread, picked up the blueberry. Okay. Big man, we are here to stay, brother, not to play. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be that graveyard digging a coffin buying a long time we've been in our family crime.
To get serious, baby.
That's it.
Because we're family. All my brothers and sisters.
I'm telling you, Dream, he'll get you. He'll get you before it's over with. Okay, get out of here. Let's take a break, boys. Now, it's going to be time for us to get filled in at the individual request of the head of the First Family.
What they've all been waiting for, baby. Look, the First Family.
An update, a report on the family.
Look at this right here, man. Star Magazine, Ladies Diana Family Secrets. They're trying to say I was with Lady Diana. I've never been with that broad in my life, man. I don't even know who she is. I settled the baseball strike. Everything is going great for the First Family, man. I got my cast off. Look at this, Russell.
I know that.
Racing a big Bugsy McGraw, the Dream Machine, my Mike Nares. Hey, Daddy, baby, looking beautiful. Chick, my super assistant right here. What do you want to ask us, brother?
I notice he's still on crutches.
Don't you worry. That's right, baby. We're on top of the world, baby. We're on top of the world, right, Bugsy, darling?
We're well, we're rare, and we're there. Come and get us, baby.
Over here,
Moment of power. Look how pretty I am. Look how pretty I am.
Come on now, Lawler. Don't start it. We've been...
Come on, get him out of here.
He's got the whip. He's got the whip. No.
Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Get this stuff out of here. Come on, Jerry. Now, we've had too much of this stuff. Eddie, get in here and get... Hey, Lawler, don't do that. Oh, no. Come on, Jerry. Knock that stuff off now. Lawler, will you quit that stuff? Now you're messing up the whole place. Get these guys. Eddie, come on, Jerry. Get out of here with that stuff. Eddie, get in here and get some of this stuff out. Now, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, Eddie. Get him out. Come on. Oh, you're messing this thing up. Will you please get out of here? Hey, come on, you guys. I know. Fun. Take this thing out of here, will you? Now, that's ridiculous, Eddie.
I guess like this, he's going to be suspended. That whole...
I know everybody's having fun. Okay. There goes Hart. Boy, I tell you, these guys are absolutely getting crazy. Was kind of funny. Let's take a break. I'm going to be back in the seaside.
The cleanup is continuing down on the floor here from the Feathers. In the ring, you see the Japanese team, Mr. Onita Masafuchi, Tojo Yamamoto in the foreground, their manager. They're challenging for the belts. This is a title match, and the champions with the belts have just stepped into the ring. It'll be a one-fall, 60-minute time limit match. One fall, 60-minute time limit at 450 pounds. Challenging for the titles from Nagasaki, Japan, Mr. Onita. His partner from Hiroshima, Masafuchi. Their manager, Tojo Yamamoto. The champions at a total weight of 446 pounds. From Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. From Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. One fall, 60-minute time limit. And your referee is Jerry Calhoun for this championship match. Let's see, let's get the belts.
Okay, Dave. Boy, I tell you. And he plastered Hart down with that molasses and then dumped. all of those feathers on it. Okay, we're down to a title defense. Let's see if we can get back into action on it while the cleanup continues.
Dundee starts against Masafuchi. Little Australian. Feeling good.
Yeah, I went up there and I was trying to have a reasonable conversation with Lawler and Billy and all that. Dundee says, well, he's a chicken anyhow. We figured we ought to put a little feathers on him. So, okay, we're into action here. AWA Southern Tag Title. This is going to be a 60-minute beautiful reversal by Billy right there. He started to whip him across. Anita came over there to nail him to help break his fall, and Billy just wheeled him back around, dumped him into the same turnbuckles he just left. Anita, Fucci, Yamamoto at ringside, not happy with the way it's all starting out here, as Dundee and Lawler teaming well, as they always do. These guys just have a magic in this tag team. We look back over the years. Of course, Lawler and White were such a sensational tag team. Dundee and Barnes were a great team. None of them have ever been any better than Lawler and Dundee, though, together.
Oh, you're right. One of the best ever. The Australian, Bill Dundee. He stepped out of the way. Whoa, he does it again, and Masafuchi nails Mr. Onita. And boy, can you imagine what's going through Tojo Yamamoto's mind right now?
I got a feeling his boys may find out here in just a moment. Look at him talking to Fucci down here. Tojo hot.
Oh, Dundee coming after him.
Billy slid through and dropped the foot right down in Tojo's direction. But the Oriental Master slipped out of the way, and now he's telling the referee, keep him in control. Anita back up on the ring apron. I just realized, I guess, in talking about Lawler and Dundee, you have to, because they're spectacular. But we are negligent if we're at all honest in not pointing out this Anita and Fucci are some kind of tag team together. They've adapted well to a catch-as-catch-can style, and they are really tough.
Asking the crowd, how about a little fist? Crowd says yes, so he responded.
He obliged, yeah.
Onita rolling back to the corner, tags Masafuchi. Lawler greets him with the same right hand. That's the crowd. They say yeah. There he goes.
He didn't want to show any partiality to Onita, so he gives it to Fucci.
We're 3 minutes, 10 seconds into the action now.
The referee's giving it to Lawler. Telling him about the use of that fist. Tag out, Anita coming in, center of the ring. He's setting up for his scorpion. This Anita has big legs. Oh, Billy! We were sitting there watching the referee and Lawler, and Bill came slipping in behind and really belted him one.
That could have some effect later on, too. Anita have to worry about all sides now. He was setting up that concentration, it looked like. It was interrupted by Mr. Dundee.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say how well he does perform with his feet. Anita is deadly with those feet. And Dundee interrupted that.
Wrapping up that left arm. Steps over near the corner. Anita from out on the apron.
stump. Oh. Onita thought he had a hold of Lawler, and he's pump handling, and Tojo's about to chop him. Onita's saying, big mistake.
I think Tojo was giving him the Japanese equivalent of look before you leap. Out there. We are now 5 minutes, 18 seconds into the action.
Fucci tagging out, and he is not particularly happy with the events that transpired in there. Okay, Onita in there with the King as we have rolled past the 5-minute mark. And we're heading into the 6-minute count. It is a one fall 60 minutes. We do have standby matches. Dundee once again slips in behind. The referee telling him to get out of the ring. And Lawler lays the big right hand right on Onita. And Mr. Onita from Nagasaki tags out to Masafuchi. With any pretense of wrestling, he went right for the eye of Lawler. Big chop.
Lawler back in the corner. Referee Jerry Calhoun right there. He's trying to get Fucci back away from Lawler while he is in the corner. Chop across the top of the head. Whoa! Lawler fought his way out of there. Over to the corner and tag Bill Dundee. Dundee and Onita. Dundee popped him into the rope. Goes for a sleeper. Fucci is able to get to it.
Tojo really exhorting Fucci and Onita down there. He wants those AWA titles. Fucci, big chop. Working on Billy. Double chop right off the ropes. He's going after him. One. They only got a 1 with that.
7 minutes, 45 seconds into the action now.
The King singing with that right hand. He throws the big cannon pretty well. You better believe that, legal or not. Whip over into the corner on Dundee's foot. A tag back to Billy. Fucci into the ropes. Dundee, there's that flying press. Get out of here, Hart. You got no business in here. Jimmy, get it. Come on, Jerry. Now, we've had all of this for one day. I want to see. Get him off of there. Calhoun, get him out of here. Uh-oh. Green Machine, Bugsy McGraw, the Nightmares. Hart came out here. Sandbag Lawler out of the ring. Jumped all over, and Dundee up in the ring is being pinned by Onita. Count of 1, 2, 3. Steve Kern. The Gibsons, Dutch Mantell. Tojo in the ring with a stick, nails it. Over here, Lawler, the Nightmares, Gibsons. There go the Gibsons up into the ring. Lawler decked by the Nightmare and the Dream Machine coming after him. Steve Kern battling with the other Nightmare while in the ring. Onita and the Gibsons going at it. Watch out, Dave. Mantell and Bugsy down. Lawler down with the Dream back in the ring. Both Japanese wrestlers working on Robert Gibson, while the Dream and Bugsy have got Mantell and Lawler down, and Steve Kern being held by the Nightmares. boy, they have got Rick Gibson really bleeding. His nose, blood's coming out of his mouth. They busted up his left eye in there. Tojo with that stick, swinging away. McGraw put down by Mantell, and there goes the Dutchman in the ring to help the Gibsons out. Ricky, a mess. Bugs and the Dream working on Lawler. Kern caught him between the two Nightmares. While the Dream and Bugsy work on Lawler, the Nightmares on Steve Kern. Tojo's down with Mantell helping out. Rick Gibson a mess in the middle of the ring. Robert getting a hold of Fucci. Oh, boy.
Got the War Club now.
Yeah. Dutch has got that stick, and he's after Tojo. There goes the Japanese team. The Gibsons coming out after Onita. Dundee flying into the fray with McGraw and the Dream Machine. Billy with a chair nails one of the Nightmares. Steve Kern a slam on Nightmare number 1. Dundee after the Dream and Bugs, and Lawler puts the Dream down. It is impossible to have it all. Jerry, what's going to happen on the thing? With all of that. Well, what a shambles.
That's it, though.
Right in the middle of the championship match, they came in there. I didn't really see where at all. Billy's complaining about. I was involved in this here.
Lawler was over here.
Yeah,
And they had him
Hart was out here bagging him out of the ring, and Billy was up there. And
with both of the Japanese.
Yeah.
He got the pin. When the referee came back into the ring, Billy was pinned. He counted 3, and that was it. So at 9 minutes and 1 second of the match, the Japanese team won it.
Referee Jerry Calhoun was just like I was, trying to get Lawler and Hart out of here. And he jumped out of the ring in there, and the Japanese probably double-teamed Dundee. And the end result was, when he gets back in there, Dundee's down, they count 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
And he just verified that the AWA title has been transferred now to the team of Onita and Fucci. We're going to take time out. We'll verify that ourselves in just a moment.